Okay, bear with me. I'm not big on instructional or how-to videos, but I had nothing but problems with this because nobody really covered the controller programming. Well, I guess I should say binding of the controls to the machine perfectly. So I'm kind of going to try to go through that right now. Hope it helps. First, you want to put your battery in, blah 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 blah, and I guess they make it so it comes out the back. So it's just like other remote control equipment where it's not really hot completely until you attach cords. I guess they don't like to rely on buttons. Anyway, but you need to make sure your antenna is connected before you do that, or you'll burn out your VTX transmitter, which sends a signal to the monitor, which is right here. Comes with it, tactical monitor. Comes with a mounting plate. Little mounting plate. Put on the top of there, which I'll do in a second. Of course, I have to first attach this. I like to take it off just so I don't bend it any more than usual when I'm installing the battery, and of course leaving the connections separate until I'm ready to go and go hot. Bear with me, I'm trying to learn the Mr. Steel grip. Anyway, for this I am not going to be using the monitor. I just got this thing, so I want to get line of sight flying down pat before I move on. In this video I'm going to cover the trim buttons and how to set them, because that's what I had problems with. The first time I attempted it, I just read the instructions, so they weren't really clear on exactly how it's done, and I ended up not waiting for the long beep, which is what you have to do. All 4 buttons have to have a long beep in order for this thing to be properly synced up with the craft. So I did watch videos from the RC Sailors, which was really great, but there again, he had most of the buttons already set, so there was only a 1 long beep. And I guess what confused me, there was a series of beeps, and you have to wait for the series of beeps to end, and it has to have a long beep at the end. Otherwise, it's not set right. And then I was able to actually get it up in the air, as you probably saw in the first video, barely. But I was really glad I communicated with Hobbyco, because they were really good about explaining exactly not only how to do what I had asked, but I also asked to explain a little more about what each function, how it works. So I'm going to include that at the very end, and you guys can look at it. I'm going to post it in my Instagram, Twitter as well, Illuminati, hashtag Illuminati, and you can get it there as well. But it will really help because, well, it was hard to tell. When I did it, it was like a lot of drifting, and so I'm not sure if it was the wind or the trim settings. I'd imagine you have to pick a fairly wind-free day to really get it dialed in right. But that's what I want to do today, work on that. And before I even attempt to go through the practice things, which is like hovering circuits, like square circuits, figure eights, and then hopefully eventually orbits and flips. Because I've got this more for the acrobatics rather than and the filmmaking, the kooky filmmaking that I can, shots I can get from it while doing that. and to learn how to fly better, and to have something that I can crash without having to spend a fortune on, because the only other quads I have is DJI. This is my 4th quad, but it's the only one that is manual control. All the other ones are amazing, intelligent GPS, can stabilize, just perfect machines. But this is what I want to learn how to fly with. It's to improve my fly skills, get my confidence up, and not have to pay a fortune every time I crash. Okay, well, here goes nothing. I'm going to try to turn this on. First, you have to turn your receiver on. Okay, I have my antenna on before I plug the battery in, obviously. Turn my receiver on first, or controller, rather. So, I think when this light stops flashing, it's ready. Plug in the quad. And when you hear 2 beeps like that, it means it's synced up. So, going through these buttons, you'll see what I mean. You push it one way, then hold it, hear that beep. I don't know, I think I was told to push it one way and then the other way and hold it and wait for the beep. When you first set it, sometimes you'll get these long series of beeps before that long beep. And I even had an occasion where it would have a long series of beeps but didn't have a long beep, and then I just did it in the opposite direction, and I finally got it. So now, that I guess was confusing to me, but he says you need a long beep for each trim button, all 4. And then you're ready to go, and of course we know how to arm it, down and then over to the right. I'm going to arm it now, and I'm going to do a lift off, and that'll end the shot. Still working on my control skills. See, I'm not using the pinchy method. That's what the problem is. I'm not using the infamous Steele Davis tweaky technique. But I've got a lot to be desired of my altitude control, because that's really the main thing that I haven't had a lot of practice on. Seems to be drifting backwards a little. Cut. As you will be able to see, still having a little bit of issues. So I'm just trying to get it dialed in real perfect. Uh-oh. Oh, it's flashing. Okay. Huh. Cut. Okay, I just had to plug and replug the craft. I'm not sure what happened there. Bear with me. Okay. As you can see, it's like drifting right and a little forward when it goes up, so that's what I'm going to try to adjust. I guess this button and this button. This one, I don't know. I better look at the instruction manual again. See, it's very confusing, but once you get it set straight, it seems to be fine. Okay, I think I'm ready. Going over this a little better. The 4 trim buttons are throttle trim, and up to go more sensitive, down to go less sensitive, I believe. And you do that, I don't know, I've done it while it was running, so I guess that's how it's done. This one here is the yaw, number 2 they call it. Yaw control, that's if it's spinning left or right. That's how to adjust it and stop that. Number 3 is this bottom right, and that controls the pitch side to side. So mine had been drifting a little, you know, either right or left and forward and back, and so these are the 2 ones I had to work on, as this last one, number 4, has to do with the pitch forward and back. So I think I got it somewhat settled. Just when I say that, here we go, let's try it again. Oh well. See, I'm really close. Once you get that dialed in, I'd imagine once your craft is able to control itself, it'd be a lot easier to learn how to control your craft. So I'm gonna have that set up, and then I'm gonna start flying a little bit and how to show some of those things. Okay, this one I mean, you know, it's not really going anywhere. Coming towards me, and still trying to dial in and just perfect. Not bad. Anyway, I'm gonna fly for a while and I'll get back to you. And then I'll cut to the footage from the Vusion. Okay, I guess I'll find out later today if I might have pulled the battery too fast. I guess they said that after, I know my Phantom's like that, after you stop your recording, it takes a few seconds for it to transfer from the DVR to the card, which is a card slot for the SD card, micro SD is right here. And so I didn't do that. Also, like I said, remember, I like to take this off, make sure that it's always on when you turn your battery back on. But I'm starting to get the hang of flying, so I'm going to try to do a little recording with the phone as well as through the device. It looks like I was able to record. Then after that, I'm going to do a little testing on the monitor on the same card, see how that comes out. Bear with me. You got to stop for the pedestrians, especially the cute ones, right? Anyway, and we're rolling on both cameras.
Broken down and tired of living life on the merry-go-round, and you can't find a fighter, but I see it in you, so we gon' walk it out. Ooh, mountains, we gon' walk it out, and ooh, mountains. And I'll rise like the day. I'll rise unafraid. I'll rise up, and I do it 1,000 times again. And I'll rise up, I like the waves. I'll rise up, in spite of the ache. I'll rise up, and I do it 1,000 times again. silence isn't quiet, and it feels like it's getting hard to breathe. And I know you feel like dying, but I promise we'll take the world to its feet. Move mountains, bring it to its feet. Move mountains. And I'll rise
I'm gonna try to go to the other mode.
I'll rise like the day. I'll rise up. I'll rise unafraid. I'll rise up. And I do it 1,000 times again. All we need is hope. And for that we have each other. And for that we have each other. And we will rise. We will rise. We will rise. Oh, we'll rise. I'll rise up, rise like the day. I'll rise up in spite of the ache. I will rise 1,000 times again, and we'll rise up. I like the waves. We'll rise up in spite of the ache. We'll rise up, and we'll do it 1,000 times again.
Okay, once I get it stabilized, if I get it stabilized, I'm gonna do a punch up. Oh, come on, come on. In the first exercise, it's supposed to be hovering, as you can see why. Okay, let's get a shot of these buildings. Here we go. Are we rolling? Uh-oh. That was a bad one. Hang on. Okay. Here we go. Oh, get in a good spot. Well, I wanted kooky footage. I think this is my solution. Directing to the right, they'll come down. Starting to get the hang of it. Still not very good with the pinching technique. Sorry, Mr. Davis. And I don't mean Roger, I mean Steele. I'm not sure if that really constitutes as being a flip. It's kind of like a hand somersault. Okay, I was able to actually change it with this, just I didn't rest that on anything. I'm sure you know how this works. Pops out, stick the battery in there, cord out the back, and then plug in when you're ready to go, which is the RC standard of protocol. Checking the monitor here. It's recording. Uh-oh. Try that again. Still recording. Dun dun dun. Still works. That's obvious. Careful fixes. Ain't nothing a little Gorilla Glue won't fix in its pinch. Okay, I had to fix the antenna. As you can see, I flipped right onto it. I shouldn't have done that, but I went to full acro mode just to fuck with it. But anyway, easily fixed, back on. Made sure to unplug my power before I pulled it to fix it. Knew it was still working because I still had a signal. And there we go. I don't know if you can see that. I guess you can a little bit. Still works fine. So we're gonna keep flying till the battery does. Okay, here we go. Okay. I don't know when this damn battery's gonna die, but this is pretty good, 4 batteries. For some reason, monitor didn't charge up all the way, or it kind of uses battery pretty quick. Let's try to record. Oh, damn it. Not again. Ah, shit. Shit, I thought it was on the C channel, but it's on an E channel. Sorry for the delay. Ah, come on. Okay, I don't know, I'm still having problems recording. I'm not sure, maybe this card is filled. Oh, there we go. Okay, quick push. That's what I was doing wrong. I was pushing too long. Okay. And we cut. Okay. I think you can, I don't know if you can see it, but sloppy figure eight is about as good as it gets. Sloppy figure eights coming up. Really slow and sloppy. Ah! You know, if I flew this thing into me and it cut my head off, I still would probably only get 100 views. Cut, cut, cut. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. 4 batteries, no waiting. Cut, cut, cut. As you can see, I think I need to clean this baby off. Look at this. I need to clean it off. Nice boo-boo. Monitor battery does not seem to last that long, but I am very happy with it. over and out. As you can see, the gear bag is a little less than desired, but I'm trying to go, low profile. Here's the Mavic. I guess I don't know about fly the Mavic right now. Maybe I will.
You're broken down and tired of living life on the merry-go-round, and you can't find a fighter, but I see it in you, so we gon' walk it out. Move mountains, we gon' walk it out and move mountains. And I'll rise up, I'll rise like the day. I'll rise up, I'll rise unafraid. I'll rise up, and I do it 1,000 times again. And I'll rise up, I like the waves. I'll rise up, in spite of the ache. I'll rise up, and I do it 1,000 times again. For you, for you, for you. When the silence isn't quiet and it feels like it's getting hard to breathe, and I know you feel like dying, but I promise we'll take the world to its feet. Move mountains, bring it to its feet. Move mountains, and I'll rise up, I'll rise like the day. I'll rise up, I'll rise unafraid. I'll rise up, and I do it 1,000 times again. For you, for you, all we need is hope, and for that we have each other, and for that we have each other. And we will rise, we will rise, we will rise. We'll rise. I'll rise up, rise like the day. I'll rise up, in spite of the ache. I will rise 1,000 times